All right, so welcome to part 2 of my Master All Major Chords series. Last week we looked at anchor chords. So we had C major, D major, E major, F major, G major, and A major. This week we're going to look at how we can figure out some of the other chords from our anchor chords. So let's start with a G major chord. So what we're doing now is we're taking that G major chord and we're going to move each of those notes one half step down. So the G is going to go to G flat, the B is going to go to B flat, and the D is going to go to D flat. And the structure is the same. It's still a major chord, but the difference is my thumb used to be on G, that was a G major chord. Now my thumb is on G flat. We have a G flat major chord, right? So again, the exercise goes like this. Play an anchor chord, G, move all the notes down by the same amount, which is a half step. And we got G flat. We could do the same thing from F. So let's go to F. From F, we can move the F up to F sharp, the A to A sharp, and the C to C sharp. And we have an F sharp chord. And what you can see is that the F sharp chord is the exact same thing as the G flat chord. So all of those flat chords are going to have two names. They're going to have a flat name and a sharp name. Let's go to G again. So now instead of moving that G chord down, we're going to move that G chord up. So the G is going to go to G sharp. The B is going to go up one. And the D is going to go up one as well. And that will be our G sharp major chord. Right? So let's recap from G. You can go down to G flat. You can go back to G. You can go up to G sharp. And back to G. Let's try the exercise from A. So start on A. We can go down one half step to A flat. Can go back up to A. We can go up a half step to A sharp and back down to A. So we got A flat, A sharp, and A. Good. Let's start on C now. So we got our C. If we move each of those chords down a half step, we have a B major chord. We can go back to C. Or we can move them up, which is going to give us a C sharp major chord. Right? So again, we got C, B major, C, C sharp major, and back to C. Let's start on D this time. Another of our anchor chords. So we got D. From D, we can figure out D flat. We simply need to move each of those notes down a half step. And we got our D flat right here, which is the same one we just called C sharp, by the way. Back to our D. We could move those notes up a half step. We would get a D sharp chord, right? So we got D, C sharp, D, D sharp. Let's go to E this time. So we got E right here. We're going to move down to the nearest chord. So that will be E flat. Back to E. Up to the nearest chord. That will be F. And back to E. Right? So we got E, E flat, E, F, back to E. If we start on F, we could move to E. That's one down. Back to F. We can move one up to F sharp and down to F. What we're doing here is called sidestepping. So we're basically taking a chord and we sidestepping down a half step. We are going back to where we started, and we're sidestepping up, and then we're going back again. So we're learning how to move a shape.